Cannibal Cherry, how you doing? I'm alright. How about yourself? Colleen, thank you. Hey Carrie, how's it going? Lee, how are you? Cool, thank you. Hello, Colleen. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Trudy. Hey, Becca. Carrie, thank you. How's everybody doing tonight? Hey, Cheryl. I hear you. Oh, wow, Debbie. Yeah, very, very shocked. I am definitely shocked. Somebody I've known for the last, gosh, 5, 9. I've known somebody for 14 years who's been in the paranormal world for many years. Tragically passed, Dan Rivera from Nesper. It just tragically passed. So I'm like still shocked that just happened. It's really sad. He was only 54 years old. So God rest his soul. Literally just found that out before. Thank you, Carrie. Hello, Ebony. Thank you. Appreciate it. It does, lightning strikes in life, comes with tragedy, miracles, and unexpected twists and turns. I agree, yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. You want me to play the guitar tonight? Is that what you're saying? Hello, the one and only. That's true. Gold dust. Yes, you can, Mike. It's the top link on my YouTube channel. No, I don't know that. Layla, how are you tonight? Doing all right. Doing all right. A lot of things going on lately. Someone I know just passed away. Really sad. Pretty young. Spiritual James, thanks for the follow. Sorry to hear that you're in the hospital, Steffi. I hope whatever's going on, you get all fixed up and recover with that, whatever's going on. Layla, thank you. Thank you, Spiritual James. Thank you so much. Anyways, well, guys, I'm here to do a little chat here tonight, talk about the paranormal. Anything regarding that, you want to ask me a question, share an experience, I'll give you my opinion on it. So I'm glad for you all to be here. Carrie, thank you so much. You've been having weird things happen in your apartment lately. Have a feeling it's a loved one. Why do you think that you believe it's a loved one? Has any spirits talked about alien abductions? No, actually, not in my experience. Nice, Cherry. Thank you. Vicky, thank you. Why do you think people can physically see spirit and others can't? I've never seen anything before, and I'm deep into the paranormal and the occult. Some people are just a little bit more naturally gifted and open to that sort of thing, rather than someone having to be digging deeper to uncover those types of abilities, even though that is dormant in every single one of us. We have these abilities. You're a spiritual being living in a human body. It's a temporary vessel in the physical plane. So that is who you are as a core. No, some other people just have a little bit more easier of a knack with it than others. It's kind of like I took like 3 guitar lessons in my life, and then I taught myself. And my first solo CD, I did drums, bass, guitar. I never took lessons in any of those other things, but somehow I naturally was able to do it. And I think that's the case with even spiritual gifts. It's like some people just have a natural, easy time getting to those experiences than others. You might have to just work a little harder, be patient, open, um, with doing the research and investigating to see if you can experience something. What's your thoughts on sleep paralysis, medical paranormal? Well, I do believe that sleep paralysis personally is connected to a lot of it is to spiritual experience. When you're when your body when you leave your body when you sleep with astral projection, it's called, your soul is attached to your physical body, or something called the silver cord. So when you're sleeping, and you might actually exit your body with one of the chakra points, and when you leave your body, your physical body goes into full on sleep paralysis. So it's very easy to assume that something like that is occurring, like a spirit's doing it to you, and it can happen that way in some instances. That's why I always ask people, what do you see? Is there something in your room that you're experiencing, rather than just feeling it, because it just could happen naturally. But I've had sleep paralysis happen to me many times. I've had outer body experiences. I've seen myself sleeping, and it's a very terrifying feeling to feel like you're paralyzed and you just can't move. You can't even scream. It's just like your thoughts are there, but nothing else is moving. And it feels like something's on top of you. In some cases, there could be something inducing the sleep paralysis. So I do believe that there's a spiritual connection there. I've had ghostly experiences, about 7 of them. None were violent though, and I'm glad, but still scary. I hear you, Les. I mean, these things are, in the realm of the unexplained. So the things that we fear most is the unknown. So it's very easy to be fearful of these experiences, even though some of them are not always scary and terrifying. It's just because we don't know what's happening. We don't know what's doing it to us, or the spirit that's involved with something that's genuine paranormal wise. That activity that might be happening in your house or to you personally or individually. You dream walk and astral travel. I wrote a whole chapter about astral projection in my first book, Shadow Chaser, because I've had many experiences involving it. Have I ever seen anything with green eyes? Um, Green eyes? I'm not sure about green eyes. I've seen yellow glowing eyes, red glowing eyes, dark eyes. Dream and wake knowing that you saw things. Yeah, prominent premonitions. I mean, that's what happened to me in the beginning of my journey of doing the paranormal. I started having dreams, things were coming true. I had a vision that my friend's father was in the hospital, in a hospital bed, and I told him the next morning, and he laughed at me. And about a few days later, he walked into the house. His father collapsed on the floor, and he immediately called the ambulance and then called me up, like, what's going to happen next? Um, because he was terrified, like something was going to happen to his dad. He was going to pass away. And he wanted to know if there was something else I felt. And that was like one of the first weird things that was happening. Yeah, dream your sister died. Well, I mean, be connected to your loved ones and spiritually have an experience. You could connect it to having something that may be coming to fruition where someone's going to pass away. Again, the spiritual realm, past, present, future are all the same thing. Time is linear in that environment. So you could tap into something and predict something that's connected to someone that's profound, um, connected to you, like a family member or a loved one. Oh, nice, Vienna. Thank you. I appreciate you guys the support. Especially, it's nice over in Rainbow when they support the creators over there with the coins there, more way more so than others. I appreciate you guys so much. What am I, 26? I didn't even know what was going on, and after sent message about 5 minutes later, he tells me, "You don't know how much this means to me right now. My father just passed away." Yeah, everyone's got their own experiences sometimes where these things go on. Um, The first was my grandma passing away on Friday 13th, and she did a month later, May 13th, 1994. I don't like to dream. I don't blame you, Becca. You see a blank screen, Carrie. Um, you're associating that with something that frightens you, so that'll easily happen to somebody. Well, luckily there was not too much circled around the mirror the last night when I did a stream here. I did bless the mirror and said some prayers in front of the mirror that night, and for now, it seemed like it's not there. I did have a little trouble sleeping last night, but it wasn't like I felt like something was messing with me. It was just kind of trouble sleeping. My mother did while I was in alive. She said she had Alzheimer's. We got all. She'd been on comfort meds. Wow. Hello, Whitney. There was Bubba. I just tried to. I'm trying to work out as much as possible. I'm working hard on a video to get out for you guys this weekend. I'm going to hope to premiere it Sunday, and I'm going to make a trailer for it. Hakuna, thank you. Nice. Well, I'm originally from New York, lived in Connecticut, and then I've been down here in North Carolina a little over a year. Hmm. You had something similar 4 months ago involving my best friend. I was having the dream as he was dying. I don't expect anyone to believe it. I do believe you, because I've had many experiences that are similar. And that's what's good about talking about this stuff in a space where everyone is open to that sort of thing and may have an experience involving something spiritually related. I've never been to Villisca. It's definitely on my list, though. Hello from Mississippi, Tammy. Hello. Thank you, Lee. Did I have a good day today? Um, well, I just worked hard on the video, but I just found out someone I know passed away tragically. That was in the paranormal world. Known him for like 14 years. Very tragic. He's got kids. Um, it's just very sad. So a little shocked about it, to be honest with you. From what I hear, they passed away in their sleep. May have been a heart thing. At least that's an easy way to go. That's the way I'd like to go. Hello, Trent. My house is pretty haunted over here, but you're amazing. Keep up the good. Thank you, Trent. I appreciate it. Oh, wow, Dawson. Hello, Tracy. Indeed, Mish. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you, VM. Thank you. Oh, I'm just home. We're just doing a chat about the paranormal. I try to do some of these conversations on and off every week. So a black figure in your dream again. A lot of people see shadow figures in dreams when they're trying to sleep. Yeah, no problem, Trent. Heard knocks and doors, stuff in here, kind of crazy. Yeah, been there plenty of times. Nice, Cheryl. What haunted doll is your favorite? Well, I've had my own experiences with the Annabelle doll. I've never seen the Robert doll in person. Astral travel of shadows? Hat Man is a whole interesting phenomenon. Many people have witnessed the Hat Man, the shadow with the hat, glowing eyes. I have had a couple of experiences with it. I've had visions of it. One time I saw a Hat Man shadow walking towards me, and another one was there was I was in this dark place, and there was the Hat Man's in front of all of these like shadow figures, like tons of them. And I opened up this door of this pure white light, and it shined white light on all of them, and they were like this. No, no, no. It was really weird. No, I've love to go check it out though, Greg. Bridgewater Triangle. Oh wow, Les. Hear footsteps. I went to look, but no one there. Yep. I know how that happens, Carrie. Hello, Tina. No, we're not bringing battling Elmo. Elmo just tried to come in on Rainbow. I'm not trying to do that right now. Do you have any reliable connections that focus their content? What was those last couple words, Vienna? Do you feel anything when you hear the footsteps? Nice, Christy. Well, glad to have you. Hello, Marie. Hello, Ghost Tracks. Hello, Park. Yeah, it was definitely drained. Hello, Kara. Hello, Marlene. Lulu, how we doing? What do you mean, like something to watch, Vienna? The book that I read about astral projection that I learned a lot, and it kind of like intertwined with my own spiritual belief with Catholicism. Um, it's called Astral Voyages, and then I wrote 2 chapters about my astral projection experiences, and then my book Shadow Chaser. Do you think someone can make a doll or item haunted? Yes, if they have the intent to use a ritual or open up a doorway and allow something to be attached to the item. That's probably how a lot of these things do become haunted because of the free will of actions of people. Yes, I've had many outer body experiences before. Astral projection. It usually happens kind of like in a place where you're not fully asleep, not fully awake. You're kind of like in that in between. Oh, thank you, Marie. Yeah, that was a crazy year. Mm-hmm. I think it's really important to have something next to you while you're sleeping. You could be writing down information. Spooky girl, what's going on? Dream journal, yes. Yeah, just doing a little chat. Vienna, thank you so much. Anything guys you want to ask me about the paranormal? If you're new, I've been investigating the paranormal for over 15 years. I'm a demonologist, paranormal investigator, medium. As you know, been doing this for a long time. You too, Marie. That was just a sound of someone throwing down on Rainbow. I see the algorithm doesn't like me very much tonight. I think probably because I did an overnight on YouTube last night for like 8 hours. And then it like tanks the views. But then again, Tickety Talk is not a shocker. I have 300,000 followers on Tickety Talk and there's 18 people watching. You'd swear I had 20 followers. Such a joke. So, do you feel weird going to some places to do a paranormal investigation alone? Um, I definitely think things get a little weird when you're by yourself, and since I'm like sensitive, when I go to those woods by myself, like that was really creepy and chilling. That's when you'll have something wild happen when you have a small group of people. Hello, Debbie. Hello, Vicky. I was coerced to play with the Ouija board once, and I regret it. I was oppressed by an evil spirit. I talk all about it in my first book, Shadow Chaser, after coming back from Bobby Mackey's for the first time back in 2011. Hello, Soul. Thank you. Do I get a lot of broken devices? What do you mean? Where would be your dream place to investigate? Amityville house, right behind me. The poster right behind me. I'd love to be locked in that place. Researcher in Antarctica again. Satellite is overhead again, which means I have internet, can hang out. Nice, Scott. You want me to tell my Ouija story? Sure. Um, okay. So I got story time for you. All right. So I was invited to go investigate this place many years ago to a place called Prospect Place in Ohio. And I think that was the only time I did go to this place. It's back in like 2011. And the first time I went out of state to investigate. And before I went to the property, the night before, stayed at a hotel in Ohio. And I had this very vivid dream um, of the Pope at the time. And now the Pope had resigned later on. ironically enough. But the Pope was coming down the street like in a float, waving his hand, but there were no people on the street. It was like as if like he was looking and all these people glorifying him as a pope on the street. But then there was a priest in normal clothes next to me with a collar on, and he sits to me and goes, Sean, that's not the real pope. I'm like, really? And so then I turn around and there's this big stone statue of Satan. And it came to life, turned into a black horse with red eyes and smoke coming out of its nostrils. It got on its hind legs, standing up tall, making horse noises. And I woke up. So then I I told everyone about it the next morning. And the first weird thing that happened to me was when I pulled up to the house, and the front of the house was like a black horse's head on a pole in front of the house. And I thought that was a little weird, but there was allegedly satanic rituals that took place in the attic of this place, and there were also bounty hunters that were hung in the barn outside. So we were investigating up there, and there was a demon's name that was coming through over and over again. And there was this demon's name. We ended up looking it up, and it typically comes in the form of a black horse. Well, I'm like, I guess that makes sense of why I had that dream. So I was coerced to play with the Ouija board, and we went out to the barn, and we were playing the Ouija board. And while we were playing the Ouija board, I literally started to hear, just me, I heard it, the sound of the rope, like someone hanging. Like back and forth. And I'm like, do you hear that? And no one else heard it. And that was the first weird that happened. So we ended up going to Bobby Mackey's, the next location, and we were down in the basement. And I felt like I was going into a trance, to be honest with you. Just something off was really bad happening there, and I just felt off being at Bobby Mackey's. We had some creepy activity go on, this and that, but so I ended up flying home, and I started to go through like oppression. It's no walk in the park, oppression, when something's on you like that. I was working in an office at the time. I was waking up 5 a.m, going up and down the steps, feeling like I was being stabbed all over my body. Felt like I was watching my family burn alive. Mentally, it was trying to put dark thoughts into my head, saying very, the darkest thoughts you could imagine. And it was actually gearing me to go to the cemetery by myself. And I was sitting at the cemetery. Now, this is before live streaming was around. So something was drawing me to go to the cemetery, and I'd go at night, sit up against a grave, and I don't know, it was such in a dark place, and I started to smell like sulfur and rotting flesh, and I record audio, and it's saying, hail to this demon, and hail to that demon. It was so bad, like I had to drive the car, I had to like put my head out the window, because I had the panic, the emotional like torment and tension I was going through. Even when I was working at the office, I'd have to go to the bath, put cold water in my face. It was really awful. And I just had like a beer or two just to try to make it subside because it was so painful. It went on for like weeks. And then I looked up about psychic protection, and I did this exercise, this visualization of white light all around me. And I said, I'm surrounded by the white light of Jesus Christ, and I'm grounded, and I'm of this earth. And imagine my feet as roots going deep in the ground with this white light all around me, and did this exercise. And right after I did this, I saw a red glowing ball fly off me and go through the window. And in that moment, I knew I was oppressed, because it was like immediate when I saw this red glowing ball come off me and fly away. And that was the first time I was oppressed.
What up?
What up, dude?
You came out of nowhere. I'm like, what?
All right. We're doing a little Batial here on Rainbow, guys.
Let's see.
Right at the end of my story, too. Perfectly. Bubba just came in here.
Liz. Thank you, Liz.
Thank you, Carrie. Where are you right now, Bubba?
I'm at Pylon.
Oh, damn.
Let's go.
All right, guys. Winner takes all for this thing, so appreciate you.
Wait, this is a winner takes all?
Yes, it is. REINBOW.
This is
And
a winner takes all.
what's
guys.
great
Yo, let's
is
go,
that
guys.
100% of it goes to the content creator.
This is a winner takes all. I didn't know it was like that. Let's go.
Thank you, guys.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Let's push. Everyone push.
So the jackpot's 126K coins.
Let's go, guys. Let's go, guys. Push. Everyone push. Winner takes all. Let's go.
I swear someone was giving birth with bubbles.
Let's go. Let's go, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Let's go. Let's push, guys. Let's push. Let's go.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. I think he gets all the coins if he wins in this. I appreciate it, guys. It was something that followed me home. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. See if we can win this. Appreciate you. About a minute left. Hello, DJ. Yeah, there's a minute left, Debbie. Lee, thank you so much. He's ahead by 500 right now. 45 seconds left. I got more stories I can tell you if you guys would like. Thank you for the follow, Epic. "25 seconds, guys. He's gonna get all of it, I think. I think that's how it works now, if we lose. Well, I appreciate it, guys. I don't know how it works. I think it's a winners take all thing. Yes, it is. Do I have any new equipment? No. It's a calling, Saul. Whoa. Did we just win? Did we just literally win?
That was a good battle. Thank
Holy
you, everyone.
crap. Damn, did we win?
That was close, bro.
Holy
I
crap.
warned everybody your team was going to do that. I warned everyone your team was going to do that.
Well, thank you guys so much. Holy crap.
Yep, yep,
Damn.
yeah.
Well,
it was good. It was a good one.
Thank you guys. Very good.
It was a good one. It was a damn good one.
That was a little Eye of the Tiger right there for the battle.
Right?
Chris
Don't you
himself.
got the Tigers?
The Eye of the Tiger?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, they want one. They want one more.
Oh my gosh.
Right. That and we have to go, guys. We have to go after this. We're gonna go through the all right, one more and that's it. We have to go through the whatchamacallit.
I don't know if I'm gonna win this
Yes.
one, Bubba. That means I lose? I mean, what do I lose if I lose this one?
Nothing.
No?
I mean, you lose your nuggies. You lose your nuggies, that's it.
Well, I don't want to lose them. You're trying to
But you
win.
have two nuggies.
I don't want to lose
You
it.
have two. You have two. I lost 6, 7 of them. Who cares?
Yeah, but I'll lose it. I'm gonna lose it this time.
No, you won't. Are you scared?
I'm definitely gonna lose it, dude. He's gonna get me this one.
Let's go. Let's go.
Oh my god.
Come on.
Oh my god. Oh, you're saying that I have to
Yeah,
rematch?
no, come on. Let's go.
All right, I guess I have no choice here, guys.
Come on. All right, let's see.
All right, guys.
This is serious, right?
I'll be sinking this Titanic this time.
Let's take those 2 nuggies.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose. What are the nuggies? Hey, Mama Sherry. What are the nuggies? Like, what exactly is it? Thank you, Carrie. I won the first one. Probably not this one though. Planet, very nice of you. I thank you. Vienna, thank you so much. I have to build more people on here. If you guys want to, jump over there too and check it out. It's RENBOW, and they give 100% to the content creators, which is really, really cool platform. So I'm going to be live on all 3 when I do live paranormal investigations. Yeah, I guess he muted. Probably to pump him up. Oh my gosh, thank you guys. Thank you, Vienna. Yeah, he's getting ready to snipe. Yeah, probably. I'm sure like one's gonna come in with like 100,000 or something. Howdy, DJ. Nice, DJ. It's like the same thing, Debbie. Yeah. Yes. Thank you guys so much. I can't thank you enough for doing that. Seriously. It's gonna be close until some explosion of coins goes off. 40 seconds, guys. Seriously, guys, I can't thank you enough. Seriously. It's really nice of you. There's 30 seconds left. There's 30 seconds left. Mommy Sherry, thank you so much. As always, infinitely thank you. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are, Carrie. Yeah, they are. Someone's just gonna drop a coin explosion. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We won. Holy crap. Guys, I can't thank you enough for doing that. I really didn't think that would happen, guys. Holy crap.
Listen, I'm going to sit in the chair, see if I can beat you. Because that works better than sweating my nuts over here.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
But hey, congrats.
All right, bud. Thanks, bro.
All right, I'll see you.
We'll see you, buddy.
All right.
Oh my god, I can't believe you guys did that. Thank you so much. Holy crap. Thank you guys. Holy crap. I guess, yeah, I did win again. Holy crap. Very cool. Thank you guys so much. Wow. I guess how that works is like it's like a double jackpot. So basically, if he wins, I don't know if he gets all the coins that you guys gave to me. I guess I don't know how it works yet. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Thank you guys. Holy crap. Sorry guys, like it's hard when you're doing 3 streams at the same time. I appreciate you all being here. So yeah, that was pretty intense, guys. That was intense. Thank you for the new follows, Virgo. Thank you. That was totally fun. You guys got me into the number 4 spot. Wow. If you guys get me into the top 3, which is like 1,000 more coins, it'll get me into the 3rd spot, and that'll be a badge on my profile. I'm just learning about this stuff, guys. Awesome, Carrie. Thank you. I think you're getting more coins if you get in the top 3, I think, or something. There we go. You got me into 3. Thank you, Carrie. Awesome. That's very nice of you guys. Thank you. Deanna, thank you so much. I know, seriously, so thank you. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you. I know, and I appreciate the support, guys, because I'm going through a lot right now, too. So I can't thank you guys enough for all of your support. Thank you guys for the follows. Thank you guys. Debbie, thank you so much. Thank you guys. Yeah, thank you guys. I keep on saying thank you because I'm seriously thankful. Thank you guys. Amazing, amazing. So, any questions you guys have about me? That is my first experience with the Ouija board and how I got oppressed for the first time. It was no walk in the park, and I've had multiple attempts on my life with evil spirits trying to oppress me, and even just recently with the terrible thing that I've been dealing with, where someone was trying to steal the SPI for me, make me go broke and go bankrupt, which I'm still dealing with right now, and I'm not out of the woods. I'm dealing with a lot of pressure from that as well. And in the coming weeks, I don't know how things are going to unfold and stuff. I'm trying to do everything I can to make that make sure that survives and keep doing what I love and protect my creation, and that being passionate about my paranormal, what I do, guys, and what I love doing. It's definitely been the test of all tests that I've dealt with, and I'm not out of the woods. So I appreciate all the support as always, guys. I can't thank you enough. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's horrible. They I know who they are, Marissa, but I've never worked with them. Thank you, Goth Peter Pan. Thank you. Thank you for the sub, Andrew. Um, Hello from Sweden. Yeah, thank you again, Carrie. Seriously. I know, I can't believe we beat Bubba twice either. Amazing, guys. Amazing. Um, yeah, thank you, Dracos. Yeah, I think it is up to 3K. Why did they do it? Well, they wanted money for themselves. They were manipulating me, lying to me, putting the fire under me to make me believe the company was unfolding, when in fact it was all about their financial dire situation. This is not their first rodeo. They've done it before, from what I have learned. This person's disgusting, subhuman trash. And from what I've learned, there may be other people in the past that have also dealt with this situation with the actions of this individual. There's a lot more to it. So there's a lot of moving parts to what I'm dealing with behind the curtain, so to speak. But I've been under so much pressure, and I've just been trying to do everything I can to overcome it, protect my creation, and make sure that keeps up, and I don't crumble and go bankrupt, which was the intention of this person. They were trying to literally steal the company from me, steal the app from me, and make me go bankrupt so the company would be sold for cheap so they could come in, swoop in, and take it their own, or then just take the code of the app and take it for their own. I have irrefutable proof of this. This is not a debate, and I'm sure in the tiny mind of this individual. They're completely, utterly delusional. They're sick, sociopathic, narcissistic, disgusting, just garbage, pure human garbage. I'm still battling it every day, dealing with the aftermath, the financial crisis that this person has put me in. I have to deal with a loan every month that's $1,000. That mostly, the entire loan, that most of the loan that I took out, this person made me believe that the loan was supposed to go to the developers. I gave this person $30,000 last December, and I found out not a penny of it went to the developers. And then there were credit cards opened up in my name without my permission, and basically all of their livelihood. Every card this person got access to in my name, in the business account, maxed out every single card, and it all tallied up. It's like $40,000 to $50,000. I still have to deal with the weight of the loan every month, and I found out that the developers were not paid the amount, not even the full amount that they were supposed to be paid from the initial seed money, and took all the money for herself. So I still have to deal with the heavy lifting of the loan and the fees for the app. I have to fix some things for the app, and I can't fix it. There's some things I need to fix and offset the overhead costs of the app on top of the loan, but I still owe money to the developer because she never paid them the full amount. So I'm dealing with that huge amount of pressure on top of trying to survive on my own. So yeah, Crystal. What is this? So, yeah, it's definitely been a huge lesson for me. I don't know what you sent me when. Um, I know, Jennifer. Yeah, it's disgusting. It's really, really disgusting. Um, it happened to my father, and it kind of hit me. I've had so many emotions that I've gone through in the last couple of months, uncovering all the disgusting acts of this person more and more as I went. Um, and it happened to my father. Someone embezzled money. Um, Actually, these two women embezzled money from my dad's company, and it was about $20,000 or something. And they begged and pleaded with my father because they have children, and don't fire them, don't press charges. And my dad, the most selfless person that I ever known, he would give his shirt back off to anyone. I would literally, when I tried to save his company and go into the city, there would literally be homeless people that would run after him and call out his name because he would give them money and give them things. But that's the type of person my father was. And he let those two people still work at the company. One of them quit, and the other one actually took over $100,000 and told everyone that the company was sinking when she was using multiple people's social security numbers to take their lives and take their money and take vacations. And my father was keeping the companies afloat with tax money. So then they were coming in to take our home, and we lost everything. And the DA lost the evidence, and this woman got away with everything and destroyed my family. So I sit there and I'm like, wow, I'm having the same thing happen to me. My dad's passed away. It's gonna be 4 years this October, but I'm just talking to my dad. I'm just wow, I'm dealing with the same thing my dad. And it's just you really, really pay dearly for trusting too much, being too nice. It's a real challenge to be a good person in this life because people will just walk all over you. They will walk all over you. They will take you. And I have a history of people behind what I'm dealing with now. Many people that have taken advantage of me, taken me for granted, who've mooched off me, backstabbed me, wanted to mooch off me like a carcass on the side of the road so they could get ahead themselves. These people, they claim to be your friend and they'll be nice to you, and behind their back, they're just plotting and planning to get ahead. It's like survival of the shittiest. And, I'm just too old for this shit. And now I'm in this like huge crisis when I should just be focusing on my dreams, my aspirations, what I'm passionate about doing. I mean, and I have to deal with this now, and I don't know what's going to happen. And it's like, it's a lot. It's a lot mentally to have to deal with all this. So I'm doing my best to stay positive and, and joke around when I can and try to smile and stuff. But I've definitely, I've gone through a lot. I've gone through a lot, and I've had evil spirits around me trying to take me down because they know I'm going through what I'm going through because of this evil person, what they've done. They know I'm susceptible. They know I'm vulnerable because I'm stressed. It's kind of like when you're stressed, it's like throwing chum out into the water. When you throw chum out in the water, who's gonna, all these sharks are gonna try to come out and take a bite out of you, and that's really what it is when you're stressed and things want to take you down. And these evil spirits, they're my enemy. I've made a lot of enemies in dark places because of all the prayers I've been doing and helping people and souls. And any opportunity they can get to do it to you, they're doing it. That's why you see some of these things get a little bit more bold and trying to come after me. So. Yes, it is, Grace. 100%. Yes, Jennifer, 100%. Yes, Kara, that does explain some of the stuff that Bubba said when he was tranced out. Yes. If you recall, when he was tranced out and it got little unsettling there, he was screaming Sam. Sam is the Sam mode of my app, SPI. That is my concept. That is, he was basically mocking what I'm going through, and he was saying the next 90 days are going to be like really hard for me and depressing. And I have my moments. I'm dealing with a lot of pressure, and I'm doing everything I can to overcome this. And I don't know what's going to happen with the situation with what has been taken from me, and it's just scary because I don't know, you know, I don't know how this is going to unfold. So, yeah. And to be honest with you, like, yesterday, um, yesterday I was hearing a spirit say to me like a few times, heart attack. And I was wondering, I'm like, is it going to be me? Because when I was in the eye of the storm with this situation with this person, when it was getting so bad, I literally was starting having chest pains. I was like, because I felt like I was handcuffed to the wall. I mean, like this person had their name over everything. This person threatened me because of this. They used it as a bullying tactic to scare me into submission because of their disgusting, malevolent actions. Convinced, whatever self righteous delusion, denial, reason why this person thought they could do. And I had to be super careful and tactical because this person was threatening to delete the app, to take the app, to steal the app, to remove me from the LLC, to run and take it, to destroy it. Basically telling me that they have more power than me and my own company that I started myself. They misrepresented themselves, saying they have. I was just trying to control myself and trying to be smart about it, while also uncovering all these disgusting things this person has done and how much of a criminal this person is. But yeah, I've been through a lot. But I'd heard heart attack, and I heard that my friend who just passed away. It sounds like it's a heart attack, and I'm thinking like, maybe that's what the spirit was telling me. It was about him because I'm sitting here like I've been a lot of stress, and I'm like, is it me? Am I gonna drop? But yeah, I'm just getting like pretty candid, guys. Here, I'm getting pretty transparent, but it is what it is. But again, I'm really appreciative of all the support as always from people. But like I always say, we all have our share of things we have to go through, obstacles in life, and I'm definitely going through one of those myself. And praying, hoping, and believing, and doing my best to not let the darkness engulf me, because in some moments it's definitely been moments where I am like a little lit match in a room of darkness. So. No, the only thing I was talking about Bubba is when he channeled a spirit. He was mentioning some stuff that was connected to what I'm dealing with a evil person that was trying to steal everything from me, my company, my creation, the software. Um, yeah, thank you, Blue Who. I appreciate it. Thank you, 15. Appreciate you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Vienna. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Rhonda. Carrie, thank you. Lee, thank you. Becca. Yes, they are. I'm just trying to catch up here. It is sickening. It is sickening. Very sickening. It was when I was at the old funeral home in Tennessee on my live streams back about a month ago. Sassy, thank you. Why am I playing with darkness? Because it's what I'm meant to do. It's just like someone called me a shadow chaser, not even knowing me. A psychic. It's because I'm meant to take shadows and send them back to where they belong. But I think a lot has to do with all the praying I've been doing for spirits. I mean, listen to the responses that happen when I pray for spirits. The stuff that happens, the clear desperation and mentions of what I do, how I do it, and the prayers that I offer, and what it does for these spirits, and how they mention it so clearly, so consistently, so profoundly, makes me feel purposeful in what I do. It's not just about the thrills and the chills. It's nice to have an audience to watch what you're doing. I think it's powerful what I do, and I feel like it's a positive thing. And of course, the paranormal has become kind of like a contest, and everyone wants to get views and makes money. So because the paranormal is like part of the entertainment business now, so and some people get a little bit more geared towards just about making money. I'm passionate about the paranormal, but if I could make a living off doing what I love to do, you never have to work in your day of life, and that's been my mission since I was a kid. When I even wanted to be a musician, I wanted to just sing and do what I love and make a living what I love to do. I mean, I definitely had unfortunate, obstacles in that avenue, but the paranormal took me out of nowhere, like a meteor out of the sky, and took me my whole life in a whole new direction. And I started to get like more opportunities that took me into where I am today, even though I definitely had some hiccups along the way with opportunities that should have been, bigger and better than what they were supposed to be. But I'm doing what I believe I'm supposed to do. I'm called to do, and I don't think I'm done. I feel like I have more work to do, but definitely dealing with stuff on top of it, trying to become stronger with everything. I appreciate it, Dracos. It's nice of you. Hello, Terry. How you doing? Thank you, Mojo. For sure, Carrie. Thank you, Vienna. I appreciate it. For sure, 100%. If you guys want to read more about what had happened to me, just go to the top link of my YouTube channel. It goes into more specifications of that. Um, but again, I don't know. We all get our share of stuff. It's not, you know, there's always somebody who has it worse than you in life. There's always somebody who has it worse. So you got to be thankful for what you do have, and most importantly, your health. But, with the encountering you have to do with human beings in life, you got to be super careful. You go out there and it's literally like a jungle. You don't know who's wants to take a bite out of you or be your true friend and survive with you rather than survive past you. There's people that just literally want to use you to get ahead. And if you're not careful, if you're not, I think it's the best way to say is be prepared for the worst in people. And what's the worst that can happen, rather than try to assume. What's the difference? But I've never been inside the Amityville house, but what had followed me home from the house is very bad. Very evil. I've seen up and close and personal, and it's no joke. It made me feel like a peon to the evil that its presence around me. Oh, well, thank you, Thunder Child. What story do you want to know? Love the story of Amityville House. I think I watched entirely. Yeah, it's a unique story about Amityville resurgence because most documentaries you find out about what happened originally in the Amityville house and then like was it a hoax or not. What's unique about that documentary and my story is that it goes further than that. It talks about my personal experiences spiritually and paranormal evidence to back up what I'd actually experienced in front of the house by the grave of the DeFeos and what followed me for a long time afterwards. Oh, nice, Tammy. Um, Amityville was, you know, I got a piece of the window right here. This is a piece of the window from one of the windows in the Amityville house. Has a certificate of authenticity. Came from one of the windows of the house in the 80s, original Amityville house. Luckily, it didn't really come with Amityville activity. If it was bad, I would have got rid of it. I couldn't turn it down because it was like $30. What did I miss, Carrie? Okay. Oh, nice, Tammy. Yep. Same here. Yeah, Dracos. Yep. Oh, definitely so. Do you think there's evil attached to that piece? I don't really feel anything really bad to this, actually. I don't. I felt a little something, but if there was, I would definitely be getting notifications regarding it. I'm alright. How about yourself? Yeah, guys. Well, the algorithm is not my favor, but I appreciate guys if you're subbing if you're new into the paranormal. I'll have to do like a paranormal investigation tomorrow. Maybe I'll be able to go do the woods by myself because it got super creepy last time. All right, Carrie. Have a good night, man. Thank you as always. I cannot thank you enough infinitely. And that goes for all of you guys, the support um, that I get from all of you guys. Seriously, I can't thank you enough. Um, well, I gotta say it because I truly am thankful. Yeah, and those woods over there, it's definitely weird. You guys should consider checking out Rainbow, REINBOW, because I'm gonna be live on there as well during my investigations, and they give 100% to the creators, which is amazing. Well, next week I'm gonna be in Gettysburg for a few days, so there's gonna be at least a couple of nights of investigating Gettysburg. And if anyone's in the area of Gettysburg, I'm gonna be at the Gettysburg Battle Bash that entire weekend with a table talking about SPI, books, DVDs, shirts, a bunch of other paranormal people are gonna be there. like John Zaffis and a bunch of other paranormal colleagues of mine. It's a great event, and most importantly, it's a charity for wounded warriors. I do believe in heaven and hell, and ghosts are kind of like in a purgatorial state. They're not in either. They're human souls that once lived and are trapped in the in between. John still does investigations. I'm not sure with his daughter per se, but I'm very friendly with John. Wonderful man, plethora of paranormal knowledge. He welcomed me into his home many times when I first went to my first paranormal conference. He invited me to his home, and it's very fascinating to hear his stories in his house. He would hand around haunted items in his home and see if we feel stuff off, things that were sent to him and mailed to him. You know, being around him and Ralph Sarchi, who was my mentor in demonology. Um, Being around these people that were around the pioneering days of the paranormal when it wasn't really cool to be a ghost hunter. People were doing it for the research and really trying to help people, and just hearing the stories, and they're just absorbing all the, you know, things that happened in the past, the cases, and, them working with Ed and Lorraine Warren. Um, I really truly was humbled and appreciative to hear all that stuff. Evening, Jason. Thank you for your service, Carrie. Nice. They get trapped from a diversified amount of reasons why people pass away. It could be death, when it comes to murder, or tragedy, or they want a good person in life and they're scared of judgment. They can't see the light. They're lost within themselves. They unalive themselves. There's many different reasons that would lead to a recipe, in my opinion, what a ghost would end up being. No, that's not John with the daughter that passed away. Um, if I'm staying correct, that maybe you're talking about Gary Galka, who's another friend of mine, wonderful man, um, who also had a bad feeling about my this business associate. You know what's really funny? I didn't take heed to that either. He had a bad feeling about this person too, and I didn't take heed to it. Um, yeah, he's a little intuitive too. He had a little worry about the person too. Um, but Gary Gulk is a wonderful man. His family's wonderful, and he's truly passionate about the paranormal. And his daughter tragically passed, and created this, pioneer in paranormal equipment, and allowing people to communicate with the other side. And what he's done for the field will never be forgotten. Too, he's left his mark, and that's something that I want to do. Um, in the next 10 years, is leave my mark behind and know that I did something impactful, positive, that brings light, that will not be forgotten in some way. So, Bliss, hello. Well, I will have an iPhone Vienna, so I won't have to use my iPad. It's the only reason why it's like this. And then I'll have them all lined up together. It might be another day or so. Um, so I'm just using the iPad temporarily because you can't go live on Android on Rainbow. But that's why it's standing like this. Yeah, it'll be a lot better. Paranormal books. The first paranormal book I ever read when I realized the paranormal was real was The Demonologist by Ed and Lorraine Warren. Very easy to read. Um, very articulate and helpful to learn about the cases that they went on, the things that can actually happen. And then I started to go a little bit more in depth. I read Shadows of the Dark by John Zaffis. And then I read this really terrifying book, creepy as hell. If you want to read about demonic hauntings, this book, The Dark Sacrament, and it's the tales of demonic possession and hauntings in Ireland. And that book gave me chills. It was so freaking creepy. And then I read Ralph Sarchi's book, which was Beware the Night, that became the 2014 film Delivers from Evil. Um, yeah, I was reading a bunch of books around that time. I definitely recommend any of those. Thank you again, Carrie. Yes, for sure. I can't thank you enough for that either. I wish I could have met Ed Warren. If you guys want signed copies of my books, you just go to my site, seandAustin.com. If you live in the U.S., I'll mail out anything signed in the U.S. But if you want to copy the books outside of the U.S., just go to Amazon and type in Shadow Chaser or Shadow Chaser the In Between with my name, Sean Austin, and you'll be able to get the two books that are based on my paranormal experiences. Nice, Debbie. I love Dark Shadows, the old show. We're not going to get it this time, when. What's up, Paul? Yeah, The Conjuring's classic. Dark Shadows was really good. Barnabas, that's right. The one that I really love was the one from the '90s. Um, really love that show because there's one that was really older, but that was the one that I watched. Guys, merch, real time updates. Go to the Discord. The Discord link's right on my YouTube page. No hillbilly, I can see you. Or the link in the chat if you can click it. Otherwise, all my links are on my YouTube channel, guys. Discord, my main website, every social media platform. It's all on my YouTube link, everything there. That's right. One said you can screenshot it and then click it if you have an iPhone. I don't know if you can do that on Droid. That's right. I remember that, Carrie. Wow. Very cool, Melinda. I'll have to check that out. So I've never heard of it. All right, Carrie, get some rest, man. Thank you again. Sounds good, Vienna. Hello, Penny. Jason, thank you. Y'all have any more questions you want to ask me? I'm sorry I was doing like a chat tonight. It was just crazy. And I found out one of my friends passed away. Still a little shook about it, to be honest with you. Really sad. I might actually have to go. I don't know if I can pull it off. I might have to go up north to like Connecticut. I don't know. I have to see when the services are. I don't know if I can pull it off. I might have to actually go. No, I would try anywhere, Debbie. Hello, Kate. There's events I'm sure I will throw Hillbilly at some point. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Penny. I'll probably throw some public events at some point. Maybe in the fall. I'm really excited to get this video done for you guys to watch too. I've been working hard on it. It's probably going to be about close to 2 hours, I think, or 2 hours. I'm going to work on it more tomorrow. I'll have to set up an event, Jason, for y'all to be able to come investigate with me. I've been to Salem. It's fun up there. Yeah, this video is really good, guys. Really did a fantastic psychic walkthrough. So many pieces connected, validated. I came up with so much information for the owner that he was pretty blown away. If you guys are around Gettysburg, come to the Gettysburg Bash. It's for a good cause, and I'll be there all weekend. Next weekend, not this weekend. Nice, Jason. Yeah, this one's gonna be good. Poltergeist house. I have the footage from stuff they have in the house, from things being thrown to light fixtures just falling and smashing, trees being knocked over, things falling off the wall, black mists on camera, on the security cameras. I mean, that place is really haunted. Nice, Penny. Sorry if you're having trouble with it. Yeah, I'm still editing it. It's the longest video I've ever done, but it's all good stuff. I think you all enjoy it. My psychic walkthrough, there's just so much to the property that there were so many elements and stuff. I mean, I was taken to the backyard and then all throughout the house. Every room had something different. And then the basement, and then I had to go out to the waterfall outside. I felt connections over there. And then I did some interviews, and then we started the investigation. I'm going through the investigation stuff right now. Well, there's a couple of different beliefs, Sky, about poltergeists. Poltergeist, in the German term for noisy ghost, is believed to be a spirit or entity that can easily, consistently move physical objects, throw them around. Some believe that humans cause poltergeist activity from their own telekinesis. They create it from their own minds, and then others could be demonic spirits. I believe that if it has intelligence, and it has that type of ability to move stuff around, I would consider that to be a demonic spirit. But, again, I don't have experience in that avenue enough to say it's one or the other, or it could be both. Maybe humans can create that. Maybe it can happen in both, elements. I don't know. I am also a firm believer in the law of attraction and how our minds can actually create stuff. I read a book about some of this stuff too. It's fascinating. So there was somebody about how powerful the mind is. Somebody was hypnotized, and they were told that there was a burning, scorching hot pin that was touching their thumb, and it started to blister even though nothing was touching the thumb. So if that doesn't give you kind of in my opinion, an interesting theory of just how powerful your mind is, it's probably where the saying comes also, you can talk yourself out of a cold, because when you start to feel like you're having a cold, oh, I'm getting sick, and then what happens? You get sick. But nonetheless, your mind's a very powerful thing. I think we underestimate it in many aspects. Definitely. Have you always prayed for spirits to help them and go to light since you started investigating, or how did this become a thing? That's a good question. Yes, it kind of formulated. So my first profound paranormal experience that happened was, so when I realized that the paranormal was real, um, I went to the cemetery a bunch of times. I had a bunch of experiences. I knew about this house in the town of Bronxville, New York, that there was a unaliving and double, two unalives, and unalived themselves, and another person was unalived by somebody else in this one property. I'm like, this place has to be haunted. And I went with my buddy Greg, and we sat in the car, and I did an EVP. Now, the mother was unalived by the husband, who was the stepfather of his daughter, and then he went and jumped off the bridge and unalived himself. And then later on, the daughter went to the same bridge and unalived herself to the same age as the stepfather and said, "Mom, I'm coming to look for you." And she jumped off the bridge nude. So the first EVP I got was, "What killed my mother is what killed me too." It was a female voice. I heard a blood curdling scream and help. So because of other shows that I've watched before, this scenario that went on in my head was like one of these episodes of a haunting that I was watching, or for many years, is, say for instance, a family moves into a home, they have paranormal activity going on, a psychic comes in there and taps in and he realizes that, say for instance, a father unalives his whole family and then unalives himself. And what happens is that the husband wants to trap the family there to be in control over them like he did in life, but also most importantly, he doesn't want to be accountable for his own actions. He doesn't want to be judged. He's scared of judgment. So he'll trap them and keep them in that fearful state so they can't transition and pass over into the light. So that's what was going on in my head when I got those EVPs. So one night I took the holy water from my father, and I went to the side of the property without going on the property, and there was a side stairs that went on the sidewalk, and I did the sign of the cross with the holy water. And I said, in the name of Jesus Christ, if the mother or the daughter are trapped by the stepfather who committed this horrific act, is trapping them, to let them go. And so after this happened, I caught an EVP of the stepfather in the car with us. He was there. It sounded like he was in the car with us. The clearest EVP I'd ever gotten at the time. It was nuts. But the spirit of the daughter was following me around everywhere. It was following me around for about 2 months. 2 months, the spirit of this girl was following me around. And you know what's so eerie is that I never knew this girl, but she had mutual friends of mine in town, and she added me on Facebook. And 2 months before she passed away, she messaged me and said, "Nice eyes." And I said, "Thank you." And then ironically, this ended up happening. And she was with me with everywhere I went. The cemeteries, everywhere I went. I'd do an EVP. I'd stand at a grave, and I'd be like, "Is this person here?" And then you hear the female saying, "No, Sean, no, they're not here. They've crossed over." She was with me. It was like a 2 month thing. I was doing EVPs in my apartment, and I was talking to her, and I would tell her, I'm just like, "I don't know where my wallet is. Can you tell me, where I put my wallet?" And she's like, "It's under your laundry, Sean. You need to pick it up. It's your room's a mess," or something like that. There was my wallet under the pile of laundry. She'd tell me, "You need to go to sleep. You're getting sick." I'd have these EVPs like every day. She was with me every day. And then one night I had something really creepy happen where like a shadow came out of the mirror and tried to choke me. And she told me that I had released her from her stepfather's hell and that these things were pissed off. And that's when I got a little frightened, because I was not accustomed to that. And I started having creepy stuff happen to me. I'd be in my bedroom. I remember one night I was sleeping in my bed, and I would sleep with the lights on, to be honest with you. When I first got to the paranormal, when this stuff I knew was real, and I had a couple of creepy experiences, I think a lot of you probably would. But I didn't want to turn off the lights, because I'm like, that's when something weird's going to happen, when the lights are off. I'm just like, I don't feel comfortable. So I really would pass out with the lights on. And I'll never forget, like this one night, I right as I closed my eyes, literally it's like eyes closed, and like there's my closet at the time was right in front of my bed, and it was just like boom from the inside of the closet, and it just woke me up. I'm like, okay, I'm not sleeping tonight, and I was just starting to have all these creepy things happen, and I'm just gonna go into story time for this little story here. Now, at the time, I was managing a wine store, and the paranormal was like became like an obsession around this time, and I'll never forget. I'd come into the store and wonder if she was following me in the store and watching me, and this little boy comes into the store one day with his mother, and he goes, "Mom, I think there's a ghost in here." And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? I'm like, this is something right out of a movie. I'm just like, this can't, yeah, you serious? And that kind of just creeped me out a little bit. And so, anyways, it's continued to happen. And I had this vision that she was, because of my prayer and took her off the property, I helped her. And it led up to this point where she was telling me that they put her in some room, and she was in some beautiful place with the waterfalls and everything, and they don't know what to do with her because I had released her in a way, and that they were deciding on what to do with her soul. And then she tells me that the angels are going to come and take her. And then, my sister was there at the time, and we both started bawling, crying. We felt this like emotional thing that she was going to cross over. And she's like, bye, Sean. And she's like, this has never happened before, and you just have to be careful, like after I leave, um blah 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 blah. And she's like, be careful. She's like, the what did she say? She said the abomination is fighting the angels, and you have to be careful after I leave. And she was telling me. So when this all ended, I didn't know if I should record anymore. I'm like, I think she's gone. I think she's gone. But at the same time, you're talking about a spirit that I was talking back and forth with for like 2 months straight, who was like a friend with me. Like with everything that I was doing, she was almost like a guide to me. It was like a human spirit that was with me, knew stuff about me. I'll never forget one time, my dog at the time, his name was Murphy, and I did an EVP. He starts whining in the background, and she goes, "Bandit needs to go out." And I'm like, why did you say Bandit? And she said, Bandit, that's Bandit's soul in Murphy. So that blew me away too. I'm just saying there's a lot of experiences. You can read more about this in my first book, Shadow Chaser. That is the first big thing that happens to me paranormal wise. But anyway, so after I believed that she crossed over, I didn't know. And when I recorded again, it sounded like something was imitating her voice and saying, Sean, I'm still here. And I guess I got creeped out, and like something, I felt like a dark presence with me. And I started to try to say some prayers, and I couldn't even get an Our Father or Hail Mary out. I couldn't even say the prayers. It was like, it felt like my speaking, like I was forgetting the words, and I felt like I was trying to talk through quicksand. It was really wild and crazy. I've heard of other people having this type of experience when something dark's around, trying to like make you forget. Um, so then I woke up the next day, and I was really kind of just like absorbing everything that happened. Like, is it really like surreal? This night, is she really gone? And I was at work, and I just went down the basement, like, are you still here? And I got this creepy voice, there, and it kind of just creeped me out. And we were supposed to go to a cemetery one night, and it's the first time ever that I said the Archangel Michael prayer. I said an Archangel Michael prayer, and again, I went back into work, and I was really creeped out. Like, there's stuff after me now. It was like this really dark stuff, and like, again, I was talking to this spirit every day, like it was a person. And now all of a sudden I couldn't do it, but then I still had that urge, but I was creeped out at the same time. I just the night before we were at the cemetery, and I said the Archangel Michael prayer for the first time ever. And so then I'm at work. I had no sleep the night before. I had something creepy happen to me that night in bed. And there I'm at work, this wine store that I was managing. Thank you for the follow, Gaby. And what do you know? That same boy that came in like 2 months ago with his mother comes into the store. And I'm like, oh no, 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 no. What is this freaking kid gonna say? What is this freaking kid gonna say? I'm like, oh no. So this kid sees me, points over my shoulder and goes, "Look, mommy, look at the big, huge blue moon." And I'm like, what the freak? This kid sees a big, huge orb over my shoulder. I mean, that's the only thing I can think about what this kid, what he just saw. So I immediately go on Google and I look up what is supposed to be like a huge blue ball of spirit energy. And it's specifically Archangel Michael. And I had chills to the bone. And that day, I bought my first St. Michael pendant that would be around my neck. And just like today, I still have a St. Michael pendant around my neck because of that experience. This wasn't just a perception of me. This wasn't an EVP. We're talking about someone physically coming into the store and a boy literally telling me he sees this big, huge blue ball floating over my shoulder. So I'm just giving you, just a couple little instances of like in the past, when in the beginning, where it was just like my faith was becoming very strong in what I do, and having these experiences, why I hold so much to my faith for my spirituality and my protection in that manner. But I'm just saying, because of what initially I did in that property, I said a prayer. I didn't know what I was doing at the time, but I wanted to help. And I said that prayer. I didn't really know what I was doing, but that's kind of religious provocation at the same time. You're stepping in the way of evil and you're taking souls away from evil spirits. And these evil spirits feel these souls are their property. And you make enemies forever. And these things will want to come at you for that. But that has been a reoccurring theme in my journey. And it's since that first initial night when I prayed on that property for those souls to cross over. And ultimately, that I believe that the daughter found peace. That same thing would start to happen. I would start praying for the souls. Want to go with these, and then I would say an Our Father and Hail Mary, and then I came up with my own prayer. That whole part where I say, I pray to you, Archangel Michael, to bring forth the white light of the Holy Ghost, and let any of the human souls that are here with me willing to accept God's unconditional love and forgiveness to go towards the light and bring their loved ones to the light, to give them the extra incentive and courage to do so. I came up with that prayer myself, and I do that prayer after the Our Father and Hail Mary, and I do a visualization of white light. I imagine a white, huge, bright spotlight coming down right in front of me, and I imagine like a portal opening up, and I imagine these familiar faces to this individual spirit or spirits, waving them, telling them it's okay, you can come. So I'm trying to create this scenario, and this is kind of formulated into what I do now, and I've done so many years, and now that you guys have seen so many times, the voices, the encouraging, surreal, positive stuff that comes through after and while I'm saying a prayer with the spirit box on during the investigations, when I'm offering a prayer for the spirits, just like it did last night here. It said she had gone to heaven after I'd see my mind's eye, the white dove. That is something that started to happen to me too. The first time I saw a white dove was on this documentary, Malefice, when I prayed for the women that were stuck there, and I saw a white dove. And that was the first time I realized that I was opening myself more spiritually and my abilities were progressing. And that was the symbol that Spirit wanted to show me, that a white dove is if a female's crossing over, and a white horse, it would be a male. So yeah, that's kind of how the whole prayer for spirits began from the beginning. I hope that kind of opens up. If you want to read more about that, that's in my first book, Shadow Chaser. You want me to tell Letchworth? Hello, Rowan. Gavin, welcome. Glad to have you. So for sure. Letchworth is the first haunted building that I ever went into, the first abandoned building. It's an asylum in New York. It was an episode of Ghost Adventures. I have had so many experiences there. I mean, you name it, I've experienced it. I've had furniture fly around, doors slam, shadow figures, people getting scratched, having dreams about the place, coming home. And I think Wen's talking about one infamous night where Phil and I were in one of the side dormitories at Letchworth, and we were by ourselves. And this is before live. No, I'm sorry. Well, we were periscoping. That was the first live streaming platform there was at the time. It's called Periscope. And yeah, we left. We heard like footsteps walking down the hallway, I believe. I mean, that would happen a lot. You just straight up, that place is so haunted. Um, and there's a couple of crazy things that happened there. I remember we were in this one room of the dormitory, and we heard like someone was coming in the building, realized that the chair shook violently, holding a door open, and it really creeped us out. And then we ran outside. It was Phil and I think. And I had just said a prayer for a spirit, I think. And all of a sudden, we left the dormitory, walked through the little hole, and we heard like furniture being thrown around inside the dormitory. Like something was pissed. And we like started walking back to the car, and then like a huge rock was thrown at us. And like I felt the thud from the rock hitting next to my legs on the floor. Like it shook the floor, and we just started jetting to my car, running. We were like, what in the freak is going on? We got back to the car, and we were live streaming. We were like running, and all of a sudden we get back to the car, we get in the car, and I shut the door, and we're like, oh my God, dude, that was so messed up. And then all of a sudden, right on top of the car, this big loud bang. We were just like, what? It was insane. But I've had like many like experiences there like over the years. But I think when you're talking about that one instance of that happening, um, yeah, that was quite a few years ago. Gosh, I haven't like told those stories in a while. Like I said, I have so many paranormal stories, but then like if I get reminded, I'm like, oh yes, I can remember all of it. Um, yeah. Hello from India. Again, guys, for any reason that you're new into the paranormal, I try to do these on and off every week, but I do paranormal investigations every week. I'm going to be in Gettysburg for days next week. I'll be live streaming. I'm probably going to do a live investigation tomorrow. Hopefully, at the woods where the battlefield is tomorrow. Um, and I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for the support. Thank you for following, giving this video a thumbs up. I was the probably I was the first person that would stream during the day at cemeteries. Nobody else was doing that. I was literally like the cemetery guru. I was walking around live streaming. Most people are like, "Oh, you don't get something during the day." I'm like, "You don't even freaking know, dude." I've had some of the crazier stuff happen at cemeteries over the years, like crazy stuff. Ghost Samurai, hello. I know. I used to have the camera on me while I was sleeping. My sheets would be pulled off me and stuff like that. I have been to Waverly Hills. I have a video right here on my YouTube channel. Just type in Waverly Hills on my channel. There's about a 45-minute video I made from back in 2020. Crazy activity. Crazy stuff. I was down in the Death Tunnel with Epic Paranormal Eric. Haven't seen him in a long time. We were down there together, and I heard this voice right in my ear go, "Ah," and like Eric like screamed out because I jumped, and I caught it on video. You hear the voice like it's like right in my ear. Like, "Ah." um, I've never really tried that touch of shadow. Probably could if I gave it a whirl at some point. Waverly Hills is very haunted. I captured a shadow figure from Waverly Hills. It's on my Tickety Talk page up top, pinned to the top. That was just like a year or two ago. I was like in a cemetery every other day. I'd go to 2 cemeteries in one day. Yeah, Mojo for sure. Oh yeah, Hundy. Well, there's people that would tell me they'd run through cemeteries, and like I never saw anything. But here's the thing: your intention is just to run to the cemetery, and you're not paying attention to stuff. But if you stopped and said, "Speak to me," that connectivity, that intention, is where you could end up have a better chance to experience something. Uh, question about hearing spirits underwater while scuba diving. I definitely believe that. Imagine sticking some sort of recorder down in one of those vessels near the Titanic and try to get responses. Oh, it is weird, Hundy. Well, spirits can manipulate anything that's electrical, so anything's possible in that avenue. Water break, nice. Well, a jinn, in my interpretation of my belief system, would probably be a demonic spirit. So, if you meaning a demonic spirit, then I've encountered many demonic spirits. I've seen them up close and personal. I've seen quite a few of them, unfortunately. I've seen big, like gray ones. Yeah, those are the most common colors of these spherical shapes. I believe it's supposed to be kind of like that, a touch of shadow. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, most of the people that go down the Titanic aren't doing it for paranormal reasons. Like what happened to those poor people too. Nice. Thank you for the sub, Sammy. I'll probably do a paranormal investigation tomorrow live. Yeah, you never know, Mojo. You guys should check out Rainbow Reinbow. That's that platform. They give 100% to the um, content creators. You should go on there. I'm going to be live on there. All three of these streams at once. You can try it out and jump around to the different streams. Hello from Canada, Tycat. Yeah, make sure to give me a sub or a follow, guys, if you're into the paranormal. Live every week, paranormal content every week. Reinbow. It's Rainbow, but it's Rein. And just look me up, Sean Austin Paranormal. Jody, thanks for the sub. I'm live every week, and I have about a 2-hour episode of a Poltergeist house I'm editing right now. I may jump off here soon and try to work on that a little bit. I live now in North Carolina, but I'm originally from New York. If you're not speaking to him through voice, well, what do you mean? I mean, I hear spirits talk all day, but I don't hear the voice. It's a thought. It's a telepathic thought that is projected around me. I pick it up like an antenna. It's like a thought of a word without saying it. No problem, Debbie. Thank you for watching. Yeah, they're supposed to update that, Terry. I think that even tonight or tomorrow, they're saying. I agree. And if you guys haven't watched one of the 4 episodes on my YouTube channel, Up Against Evil, there's 4 episodes of the series I started helping with dealing with dark entities, evil spirits. Hello, Scarlet. And got one hell of an episode coming for you guys. I'll probably get it done in the next day or two, and then I'll make a trailer for that and put that up, and then I'll premiere it for Sunday night, probably around 7:30ish. Hello, Karen. Hey, what's up, Dawn? Yeah, so I'm probably gonna um, work on that a little bit. I got plenty more stories. I'll do another Q&A. I do want to work on this video a little bit. Tanya, thank you. Don, thank you. But I'm probably going to jump off here and so I can work on the video just a little bit before I got to pass out. It's been a long day. Tanya, thank you so much. Nice, well, glad you like it. Thank you, Rhonda. Yeah, I'm working on it. Well, all right, guys, make sure you sub to my channel, give a follow. I'll most likely do a paranormal investigation tomorrow, live again. I appreciate you as always. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you guys for throwing down, especially over here on Rainbow, guys. Thank you so much for letting me win that battle twice in a row. That was phenomenal. I really didn't think that was going to happen. More than you know, thank you so much. Luckily, the mirror has been quiet, according to the last stream, too. So, did bless it last time. Everyone have a wonderful evening. God bless. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. And I will most likely see you on the next live tomorrow. Thank you so much, infinitely.